Okay, I'm doing a second test right here, just to see what's going on. I have no clue what's going on, but I'm doing a second test. This time it should be simultaneous, simultaneously, simultaneously broadcasting on both platforms, on the Facebook platform as well as on the YouTube platform. I think last test I got, I kept getting feedback sound, that whistling feedback sound, and I think that's because I had the tablet trying to watch it while I was testing at the same time. So I'm gonna let that be, but let me run this junker here as well. Um, for now, I'm testing both platforms, baby, baby, and I put that in junk. Therefore, oh yeah, okay. Now I can show this, and I can show that. Okay, so once you're doing okay, so now I can show a comment that's on the YouTube jump, and I can also show a comment that's on the Facebook jump. That's pretty cool. Pretty gosh dang cool, dang it. Um, Once again, for folks who may not know, who may look and tune in or whatever, what I'm doing is I'm testing the platform because I'm getting ready to once again. I'm getting ready to once again start back up on that one-on-one session. We was doing crew with that before we had. I had it flooding issues in my studio, and then we had this COVID thing going on. But just for those who may not know what the one-on-one session is, basically the one-on-one session was a session where I did stories, continuing in the platform that T Gogo always do, of keeping up with the history of the culture. The one-on-one session specifically is based on talking to each individual who has played a part, because there's so many people who played a part in this go-go music culture, and their stories don't get told, or it gets pushed to the side or whatever. Sometimes you see the same old people, and there are so many people that play many parts in there, and every single person has a story to tell. So, one of the biggest things is keeping archives of information regarding the culture, the music that, of course, that I grew up in, that all of us grew up in, is very important to me, and I'm sure it's important to you as well. And the history and legacy of each and every individual that has played a role and part in that story is important. Just as the person on the front line played his part, that those people who played in the back line, whether it was a keyboard player, whether it was a sound guy, everybody has played a part in that, and everybody has their own story, and everybody's story is unique. Something I've always said that there are tons and tons of story in this world of go-go, and everybody has their own point of views. So the whole point is to just grab, just like we was doing before all this thing started, when we were doing the T-Mod Go-Go history tour thing, that we was going from place to place. This is just continuation of archiving, because it's very important to archive this stuff. People sometimes don't understand just how important this stuff is. Team Gogo has been archiving it since it's been its inception in 1996, basically. Some of the stuff that we've done, majority of the stuff that we've done over the years from 1996 on up, you can still pull up and get information, whether it was interviews with Lil Benny, interviews with BJ, Ivan Goff, people even aren't even here anymore. Chuck Brown himself. So it's very, very, very important to keep this thing. So that's what this one-on-one session is. It's not going to be your average usual suspects that you see on each and every platform. It's going to be the folks that you want to know more about their story. For example, I'll just say, for example, would love to have a person like Kyrie Pratt sit up and tell his story. And then at the same time, you can have a person like Dig Dug who come in and tell his story. They both have individual stories. Their paths have crossed, and their stories may, there's a crossroad where their stories will meet each other. But they both have their own individual. Um, um, what am I talking? They both have their individual stories and legacies and paths. So this is the whole point, is letting it be known that such and such played a part in this, and such played a part in this. And then we won't get into the confusion of what is this and what is that, because everybody can tell you their point of view. If I'm standing on this side of the club when this particular event happened, I saw it from this angle. Yet at the same time, the other person over there was standing on that side of the club, so he saw it from that point of view. So that's the whole point of getting all we can do, and with one-on-one sessions we can do that. Everybody tell your story, okay? And that's what I'm doing here. Anybody want to know? I'm just practicing. I'm just setting up, doing a run test as we begin this thing, but we will begin all this stuff going on starting next week, picking it back up. And you can actually see some of the stuff we did in the past. We did, we had Claudia Rogers, Miss Cool Keys up in there, and she was telling her story. Had my brother Mike Muse up in here, Hard Step Mike Taylor, Charles Stevenson, Darren X, Kenny Lattimore. We had up in here Ross Lynch, Dr. Tahara Mahdi, and many others. And we had to kind of postpone it. Now doing it virtually, so these stories can continue to circulate and be archived, so everybody can know. All right, peace out. And this is what I do, because this is what I do, and this is what I do. All right, I'm out.